Hey. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Hello. We're playing a weird game today. This is a rhythm game, and I'm not very good at rhythm games, if you haven't already found that out. So we're gonna do it, and we're gonna try and beat the majority of levels. We're gonna try and hit everything. I'll tell you right now though, we'll never do that. But I'll just start at the beginning, because I've done quite a few of these levels, and I want to give it a go. You'll also notice that we're full screened. There's a very good reason for that. The events thing doesn't work anymore. Well, I don't know if Streamlabs is shut down or something. Maybe it's time for me to switch back to Stream Elements, maybe.
This is reckless, even by your standards, Ziggs.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Let's rock.
We already know the basics.
Chaos first. Questions eventually.
I hate it when it like doubles up, like things double up.
Rushing it.
Messed up.
Interrupt this. Listen to that. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow, did we actually ace it? Oh, we got them all! Nice. Oh, it's well cool.
It's good to be back, Piltover.
Piltover.
This'll be great. Excellent. That's right.
Ah, we messed up. We were doing so well.
This'll be a blast. That's the stuff. Power. Brace yourselves, Piltover. Ah! Nailed it. Bang.
Ah, we keep messing up on that bit. I'm doing it way too early.
Good to be back. Music to my ears. Pow. Right there.
It messes you up when the music goes from being like
Mind if
really
I
like
do?
boom 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 to being like nothing.
Good stuff. I did it. That's okay.
I'm going to we might have to go back because I need to change the graphic settings because I can feel the game lagging. Yeah, we'll leave it on that. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's good to be back, Piltover. Just try and stop me, Heimerdinger.
Yeah, Heimerdinger.
On a roll. Yes. Oh no!
Hey, I hit it.
Bounce away!
Here's the thing, I don't care about like hitting all the optional stuff.
Ready?
Even though I know it grants like bigger rank.
Perfect! Yes, yes! Rocket! Oh yeah!
We've messed up.
Hello, Piltover!
You messed up. Hi Tiff,
Let's do this!
how are you doing today? Ah!
I got this! I got this!
I'm not feeling well. I was like in play some RuneScape. That's a shame.
I can't wait!
I hope you start feeling better when you start taking like the time to like chill and play.
I got a good feeling about this!
Right, so it's... Nah, it's COVID related stuff. Probably won't stop in better until cases drop. I'm not massively stressed out. Oh, gee, that sucks. Let's cap it at 60.
It's good to be back, Piltover!
Well, hopefully it's soon. As soon as possible. Ah! We have a lot of chaos and we're gonna be able to spell
Let's
town.
make this one count!
It sucks, like, and sometimes some people don't help themselves, you know. And judging the fact that it's Black Friday, yeah. Most moments are issues, man. There's long issues. Not to mention having you making it least massive stress reactions when you end up feeling very sick. I know it all sucks and things like that. I really hope it gets better for you. Really, really soon. It's terrible. I know it's not really like something you can control or anything. Just stay strong about it. I sort of don't want people to raise me dying. Yeah, I understand that. I'm going through something very similar now, and it's starting to hit. It's tough. It's awful. I know it is. But we can work through it. We think about it in the best way possible. Like I said, there's not much I can say that would really help. Maybe you can if someone close to me, but I don't know. I don't know how I'd end up reacting, to be honest. Because like I said, I brought this up a few days ago and I broke out crying. It's tough. You can't really do anything about it. So, you know, like when I was 16, I mean, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. That's it's life, and life likes to kick you when you're down. And it's not nice, and it's awful, and having to deal with the aftermath of it is, you know, yeah, it is depressing, but it's gonna happen at some point, and hopefully it doesn't happen under circumstances like COVID and illness and things like that. Hopefully it happens like when you've lived a fulfilling life and you've reached the age that you think is satisfying for that. I won't say satisfying. You feel like you've reached a fulfilling life, that you feel like you can pass away in peace. Like I said, it's hard to. I don't think life will ever be fulfilling. life's what you make of it, you know. Even if you don't think it's gonna be fulfilling, you've got to hold your head up high and try and make it fulfilling. And even if you don't feel like it's fulfilling, you can at least then have the peace of mind in knowing that you tried. Stuff like this is like, it's hard to talk about because anything I say will be wrong because obviously it's, you know, it's very morbid and exactly. One thing I might think might be completely different to you. It's hard for me to say to you, this is how you should view things, because I'm not, like, you know, in life, I can't really tell you that because how you view things is different to how I view things. Some class awareness, some last bone dry. Life's full of nothing but disappointments. Life has its highs sometimes. I'm not going to say there's not disappointments. There's definitely disappointments in life. And I don't know what you can really do to, you know, alter it. I've never felt them much. Yeah, but they're there. They are always there. Even the tiny peaks, the tiny highs. But hey, a thing like that. Right? On the plus side, I just got a golden party hat shard. And RuneScape. And now I'm halfway done to getting a golden party hat on RuneScape. Keep grinding, keep going for that party hat tip. I don't know what it does. I don't know if it's cosmetic or if it's like an item that sells for much, but I'm gonna motivate you to push and get it. It's just a cosmetic. Get that party hat now. Keep going. And it's an item that sells for a bit. Well, what's it more worth? Money? Or internet points? I hope so. I hope it's a rare item. You make that judgment when you get it. I don't know how common it is to get the shards. If it does sell for a bit, then probably it's going to be quite rare. It's going to take a lot of grinding, and the fact that you don't have it yet, considering your level, means that it must be super rare. Oops. Maybe. This guy sounds so like Ratchet. Ziggs from League. It could probably be the same guy, to be honest. He definitely has like the same sort of look.
Let's roll. That's the stuff. Alley-oop.
It's so
Here we
stressful.
go! Rushing in! Hey-oh! Aw, man! Listen to that! Yes!
You messed that up anyway.
Shall we?
We're not going for mayhem. Stop going for the optionals, here.
Do your worst, Piltover! Excellent!
We only have like 2 groceries. Oh, the issue with COVID here is we live in a small town. Like everyone shops at the same Walmart, so it's scary. We only have like 2 grocery stores. Is there no option for like online delivery at all?
Follow me!
Because that then keeps you out of the stores and like if there is like a mass thing going on. No? Ah.
Do your worst, Piltover!
Is there nothing else nearby? Like, I don't know what like grocery store chains are in Canada.
Perfect! Wham! Whoa! Yes!
We don't have any. We don't have much here. It's a real small town. Is there anything in the next town over, maybe? Like you know, like any form of like big supermarket in the next town over that potentially does that. Potentially a way of like, you know, not getting infected with COVID. That's tough. It's in the middle of nowhere. Well, the only thing you can hope is like if you take the precautions, then even there, if you have a huge health issues, you literally need to get airlifted. What? Goes to the big city. You need to get airlifted. What? I can't believe that. We don't have like emergency surgery options here. But... Whoa. You blow my mind with that. I didn't know that was even a thing. Like, my understanding was like every town at least had like some kind of like general practice, you know, that could like tide you over and get an ambulance out to you or something. If you want to get your tonsils or gallbladder, it's fine. Or if you want to get them out, it's fine. Oh, it's just like if something major happens. I just feel like that's a massive like oversight of the town, you know. It's like they could have like an option for that. Or like if it's in the middle of nowhere, it could like at least sit a good halfway in between. So that an ambulance can reach it. You know? You need to be airlifted because by ambulance you'll die. Well, I know you say it's in the middle of nowhere, but it depends how far out you actually are. And what the chances are of an ambulance actually getting into the town, you know. The next city is about a 2-hour drive. Jeez. That's tough. Guess airlifting is the only option then, I guess.
Chaos
Man.
first. Questions eventually. Nailed it. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Whoops. Yeah, that sucked big time.
Oh,
Ah. The controls for this
be great.
Ash. Like there, I hit the button.
This'll be a blast. Music to my ears. Bummer. It's that. Ouch.
I keep messing up on a certain bit, and I'm not going for those.
Piltover.
I'm not going for the optionals on that bit either. It ends up messing me up.
On a roll. All right. I can't be beat. Ow. Let's try again. Listen to that. Right there.
We messed up. Ah!
It's good to be back. Oh, you hear that? That's okay.
I need to at least hit everything.
Don't mind if I do. That's the stuff. Whoa! Yes! Oh no!
I don't know why I missed that one as well.
Just try
Because
and
I
stop
hit
me,
it.
Heimerdinger.
Which it's insane to me.
Rushing it!
My PC just locked up. I had to restart. Hopefully you weren't doing anything in RuneScape that was, it's going to leave you in a detrimental situation. Nah, I need all the cogs. Nah. Oh, that's good.
Ready? Excellent. That's the ticket. Ow. I'm fired up. Ow.
I knew it was gonna. Mine's so old, it's locked up sometimes.
Tilt over.
Well, look at it like this, right? The laptop served you well, maybe it's time for a new one. Or maybe you could order some bits and... You could order some bits and speed it up a bit. I might have cereal for supper since I can't eat properly. Some cereal, some dry toast, that usually helps. At least, like, something that won't upset your stomach. Like, don't be having, like, butter and things like that. They usually tell us, like, if you're gonna have cereal, have, like, some, like, wheat bix and just put water on it. Like, just, like, slightly drench it in water. Because the wheat will absorb, like, it'll get into your stomach and your stomach acid will, like, eat it. But because it's not full of stuff, it will kind of, won't have the same effect as if you get, like, biscuits or something. Well, it's not a nice meal to have, but at least you got something in your belly. Same with dry toast. The dry toast is exactly the same. It's like it's pretty much getting wheat in your system.
Let's do this. Perfect. Yes. Whoa, Heimerdinger will be furious. Oh well.
Cool. How are you doing? I missed your answer. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I was doing some rigging earlier, so I've got like a massive ego now because I figured out how to change the animations on my VR chat model. And now that I can do it, I think I can create more, which means I should be able to put them in as expressions, which means I can have tons of like different like poses and stuff, like lying down and stuff. Just comes the day that I get out of VRoid and actually like fully make the model in Blender. That would be pretty cool. or even just like redoing the textures and stuff would be massive, because it's Vroid and you can't really change it. We'll see what it's like. I'll do it when I get a chance. I have other things. At least you're productive. I'm almost in bed. Hey, look, you're not feeling well. Don't be hard on yourself.
I got this! I got this! Shall we? Excellent! Sick! I could whip. Bring it, Heimerdinger! Ah!
You change like the pattern and it throws you off.
Use it to my ear! 3 cheers for me! Oh, man!
I press down. Be right back. I'm gonna make cereal. You go and make your cereal. You need food in your belly.
I got a good feeling about this.
Messed it up. I was being silly.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
On and go! Owie!
There we go again. Messed it up again because of that bit. I'm not gonna spend the whole time on this level.
Oh. Let's make this one count! Listen to that! Wahoo! Safety last! This is my day! Yes! Alright. Not a problem!
Ah, if we die, we restart. I'm not accepting a death. Especially not on these early stages.
Oh, you hear that? Oh, yeah!
I don't get how you're supposed to create mass carnage and then also get like all the cogs at the same time.
That's the stuff. What a blast! Cats!
That's what you're supposed to do. Hmm.
Rushing it! Take that and there! Boom! Here we go! Ha-ta-ta-ta!
Don't know what happened there.
Shall we?
It like boosted but didn't jump.
Nailed it! Yes! Bummer!
I need to stop trying to go for the tricks. It's not good for me. Oh, I was looking at the time.
Yummy bombs! On a roll! Wow! Ouch!
The trick is to look at the indicators and not zigs. Because you get a feeling for the timing. But I'm tone deaf, so I can't go with a rhythm.
Eventually.
And sometimes the controller just doesn't want to.
Onward and upward!
Doesn't want to work. My brain's all over the place.
This'll be great!
I'm ready.
Perfect! Ow!
Oh, we done messed up.
Again! Again!
Right at the end as well. That is so annoying. We still got diamond though. I'll take it.
Heimerdinger isn't the only inventor in town.
Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger.
This'll be a blast. What the? It's him. Lights out. Excellent. That's okay.
Now we messed up.
Brace yourselves, Piltover. What the? Take this. Music to my ears.
I wonder. I always struggle on the end bit. I have an idea. But I'm not messing anything up before it.
What the? What? Ow!
Right. Right. I got it.
Just try and stop me, Heimerdinger. Bombs away! What the? Oh, man, the tea! Good stuff! Hey! I'm ready! What the? Ow! Get him! For you! Listen to that! Oh well! Hello, Piltover! What the?
I hate these little notification bubbles that come up at the corner.
Yes.
So annoying.
I got this! I got this! What the? Got you! Excellent!
Yeah, you're supposed to jump.
Ooh,
Turn them
let's
off.
make this one count!
I don't know, they're useful in like certain instances though.
What the? Order up! Oh, you hear that?
Not really. Well,
Bring it,
that's
I'm a
true.
dinger.
The only things that usually pop up on them though are Reddit and Twitter, and seeing stuff pop up from Twitter is quite kind of useful.
That's the stuff.
Not so much stuff from Reddit.
Not a problem.
Have you seen them now?
What the? Ouch! Take that! Crushing it! Are you ready? I'm ready!
There's audio cues for everything. I'm just trash at the game.
What the? I can't wait! Let's do this!
Although the explosion does not help.
What the? Hey! Here you are! Nailed it! Hey! Cannonball! What the? Hey! Free sample! On a roll! Hey!
Dun, dun, dun. Wow, I just missed like 5 in a row.
Let's roll! What the? Got you! Ouch! With love! Perfect! Hey! Do that!
I completely missed it.
Shall we? What the? What fuck?
I've just realised something. No, actually, I'm wrong. I am completely wrong.
Run! What the? Hey! Enjoy! With him! Interruptus! Oh no!
We were doing so well as well.
Follow me, bombs!
I wish I had your voice. Humming along to the soundtrack. Yeah. Trust me, I don't have a singer's voice. At least you have a. I've told you your voice doesn't. Your voice is not that. Your voice is brilliant.
Do your worst, Piltover!
Don't give yourself enough credit for your voice.
What the? Yes, sir! Listen to that!
Oh, I have to keep trying to get.
Chaos first! Questions! Eventually.
What do you mean eventually?
Onward and upward! What the? Hey? Whoa! Excellent!
Hang on. There we go. Let's try that again, shall we?
This'll be great! What the? Yes!
They're messed up. I guess the golden party hat shards are good too because it gives me a reason to train things other than combat. Well, if you can't get them from combat, I guess. Again, I know nothing about RuneScape, so this is like complete, like, out of the very little knowledge I had when I played back in like 2012. 2012? No, 2009? Yeah? You quit because you were a noob. Yeah. I quit because everyone else stopped playing. And then when we were in year 10, which would have been 2003, lots of like the big lads were getting on it, and it was like they were trying to bring everyone into like RuneScape, to, like raid a server and stuff. The extent of my RuneScape experience was going into the tombs. I remember going into the tombs and going into that mansion. That was probably the extent of my RuneScape career.
This'll be a blast. What the? Ow! What the? Special delivery. That's the stuff.
It's literally all max level players, level 138 players. I'm siphoning from creatures that looks like their animators make it look like they're doing a deed.
Brace yourselves, Piltover.
Hey look, those animators got needs and you know they do what they need to do. I'm all out of sync here.
It's good to
Whatever
be back.
you want to do that to, then that is your own prerogative.
What the? Order up. Rushing it. Oh, man! Oh, man, the G! Get him! Nailed it!
It's not my fault. That's what they look like. I missed one. Like when I'm siphoning, I'm sucking essence out of their body, right? It looks like something else though. RuneSpan sucks though. The XP is terrible. I mean, if you're just grinding a singular thing, then you're doing an alright job.
The Dean of Demolitions is back! That's me. I'm the Dean of Demolitions. Don't mind if I do!
relax.
Just try and stop me, Heimerdinger. For you.
You got it.
Bounce away.
I hope so. What am I doing? I'm all over the place. Like I said, I'm not good at rhythm games. My last instance of a rhythm game was Rhythm Haven for the DS. Right, I know where they are now. The ones that I missed.
Tilt over. Fire in the hole. Got you. Perfect.
Not really sure how we're supposed to get up there though. I wish I knew more people who played RuneScape. I wish more people played RuneScape that I knew. No one does. RuneScape's just something that's gone with time, isn't it? And it's like, it lost a lot of its audience.
Let's make this one count.
And people moved on, and some people stayed on playing it because they enjoyed the game.
Take that. Ouch. Woohoo, you hear that?
Okay, so 2 bombs would get us up there. It's not very friendly to new players. I think when you encounter, like, other people and they put you in a PvP zone, it's like, yeah, you're just surrounded by max level players. Like, 100%. Anything with PvP in isn't ever going to be friendly to new players. Unless they are starting right at the very beginning.
Are you ready?
It's PvP areas, right? RuneScape. That's my memory of it.
Here you are. Music to my ears.
Only one area, and that's the wilderness far north. Well, look, all the max level players sit in the wilderness up north. And when an unsuspecting new player walks into those wildernesses, instantly dead. People don't play because, 1, everyone is max level, and 2, it's overwhelming. I agree with the overwhelmingness of it, but it's like, you know, if my friend decided, hey, look, I want to play RuneScape, we're both new players, just go in together, you know? The issue with me is I don't think I could sit there and play RuneScape these days.
Bring it, Heimerdinger. Ah!
my mind would always wonder. No, it's like I wouldn't be able to idle on it.
Free sample.
Press down. It's a good AFK game. Exactly, that's the problem.
I got a good feeling about this.
For me, it's like, if it's AFK and stuff, I just feel like I could be using my time elsewhere. That's why I don't play MMOs.
With love. Good stuff.
Missed it. It's pretty nice for me. Or I watch Netflix. I mean, this is it, right? I feel like if I spend my time watching Netflix, I feel like it's a wasted, unproductive, very unproductive day. Whereas if I sit down and play a game, I don't feel like that. But I feel like if I played RuneScape, I'd have that same thing. It's like when I was playing Ilion. I was having fun, but at the same time, I was like, right, well, I'm AFK, and that just feels, you know, like I'm just wasting my day. And the same is like Netflix. If I watch Netflix during the day, I'm like, I am wasting time here. To the point where if I want to watch something, I watch it at night, and more or less I stay up and watch it through the night, because then I'm using time I would sleep to consume media. I don't feel like it's unproductive. Not an ideal way to deal with it, kids. Netflix is nice if you have something to watch.
I can't wait.
You don't really live life, I guess. Netflix is
Let's
life.
do this.
You've got to enjoy Netflix for what it is.
Take this.
Because, like, out of Netflix, I think I've watched, like, 2 or 3 of their series, and that's about it. Out of the few times that I've owned it.
Let's roll.
Or had access to it. Because I don't like wasting my day on it.
Enjoy. Hey. Listen to that.
You're a bit uptight. Just a tad. No offense. I can definitely see you
Here
being
we
like
go.
that. What do you mean by uptight? I don't see how it's uptight. It's just like my brain says that it's unproductive to do it.
You drop this.
Missed it.
Shall we? Dinner is served. Hey! What?
I get why your friends are like, let's go to karaoke. They do it as a way to get you to unwind. Hey, look, right? I like to keep things in order, and I like to keep things together. I chill my way. Which is sitting back playing a genre of game that I can't play. Maybe. Oh, maybe. Like, I do. That's how it is. I don't like social stuff. So I wouldn't go to karaoke anywhere. I am very, 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 very socially anxious.
Fun!
Controller! Wow, such a shame. I know. Me. Socially anxious. I wouldn't believe it either. Oh no. Right. This one. This level's a bit of a... I'm not keen on this one.
Chaos first, questions eventually. Special delivery. Excellent.
I imagine all people that watch anime are socially anxious now. Look, not everyone that watches anime is socially anxious, right? And besides, you can't even call me an anime watcher, right? I don't watch anime in that, like, you know, like, super conformed, like, weeb status. I think you do. No, I went through a phase of it. Like, just this year, I've only watched 2. Lies. Well, here's the thing. I've only watched 2 because I've binged the series overnight. And I've done it twice. 3 times if you count the thing that I watched recently, but I wouldn't class that as, well, it's kind of an anime, but not really. Wow. Watching Netflix, but you watch Slice of Life. I don't watch Slice of... Do I watch Slice of Life? I don't know. What have I watched? I watched Vivi Fluorite Eye, which is more of like an action mystery. And I watched part of Higurashi, which I didn't watch much of that. I watched, I think, 4 episodes of that. So you're a yandere. No, I just like watching. I like watching like either like, you know, like brutal anime or fighting anime, but not in the same like sense of like Shonen Jump and whatever. I'm not keen on that sort of thing, like One Piece and stuff. I don't like that. That doesn't make me a yandere. I'm not out here like, I'd do anything. I'd do anything to protect you. I'd even kill to protect you. Because I love you. It's like, I wouldn't do that. That's a lie. The people cares a crush on better watch out. I don't know. It seems like you've been practicing. Ah! Lies and slander. I am the furthest thing from a yandere.
Onward and upward! Lights out!
I don't like this controller.
This'll be great! Order up! Nailed it! That's okay!
Keep missing that one as well. One day you'll finish this level. Here's the thing, I've already finished it, right? It's not hard to finish the level. It's hard to finish the level with all the cogs.
Lights out! Alright.
It's understanding when you can.
Brace yourself, Piltover! Ah!
Using time in between. But that one in particular seems like really like finicky.
Bon appetit! Got you! That's the stuff! Aw, man!
The main character's voice actor is annoying. That's just Ziggs. That's just Ziggs all over.
Good to be back!
Trust me, there's more annoying characters in League of Legends than Ziggs.
For you!
One of these days I'll do a TFT stream and you'll find out what annoying is.
Rushing it!
Oh, we got it as well. I'm not into that stuff. But League of Legends is actually trash, right? I'm gonna trash on League of Legends because it is. It's trash. TFT is okay
Just try and stop
because
me,
it's a completely
I'm
different game and it's not as toxic as League of Legends.
Bombs away!
You're not into League in TF2. I've never been into TF2. Although I did play an exceptionally large amount of Gary's mod. But I'm assuming that's like different anyway because Gary's mod.
That's the stuff!
Ugh. You like platformers more? Well, there's a League of Legends platform that's coming out next year through the Riot Forge program, where you can like reverse time and stuff. That might be right up your alley. I can't remember what it's called.
Hello, Piltover!
I'll definitely be getting it. I'm very specific about games. They have to have bright and colourful and nice music. And it's also cutesy. Like Allura. Oh, which game's that? I've never seen that.
I can't wait!
I'll take it it's exactly what you've just described. Messed up. It's on Steam. It's coming out in 2022. You control a little fox that platforms. It's 2D platform with hand-drawn art where you control a fox. Ooh! There's a lot of like animal-based games coming out in 2022.
I got this! I got this!
I'm really looking forward to Stray. You control a little cat in a cyberpunk dystopian future.
Here you are!
I want to say it's another game I'm getting on day one, but that depends how much it is.
Oh, you hear that?
I know, it looks cute. I thought it'd run on my laptop though.
Are you ready? I'm ready!
I don't know, sometimes story games you can just watch YouTube videos for.
Free sample!
These days. That's what I do with like God of War and stuff like that.
Freeze! Music to my ears!
I keep doing that one too early. Well, and I don't know if it's on PS4. Stray is a PS5 exclusive, I think. That's why I love Pokemon mostly. Very cute and adorable. What appeals to me. Hey, whatever appeals to you appeals to you. You can't change what you like. Like, I'm all over the show. I will play anything and everything. But I won't play like, I don't know, there's a very specific genre of game I won't play. I won't play any questionable games. And I won't, that's what I'm saying for the League platformer. If it has an ugly looking character, I'm not going to play it. Let me look it up, right? Because I'm sure it'll, oh, it won't be on Steam yet. The one thing about it that I do know actually is that it is probably going to be it's going to be quite a dark game. I don't think it's going to be kind of cutesy. So it's called Convergence. It's Convergence and you play as Echo. I can post links. But that's the site. The site looks quite colourful. Echo has like the time ability and stuff. Hey, Dr. Mundo. Do you know Mario typically has bright colors? Typically Mario has bright colors. But not always. You could end up playing Luigi's Mansion, which definitely doesn't. That's why I like Mario. I like Mario because it's, you know, it's a very like, doesn't require much brain power to play Mario, to be honest. Unless you're like really trying to speedrun it and like try and pull off all these like cool tricks and things. There's no like middle nature though to Mario. It's either incredibly easy or really, really, really hard. And there's no in between.
Bring it, Heimerdinger! Ah! With love! Good stuff!
I did it again. That's why I like that's also why I don't like video games. I'm not good at them. I like the easy games. I think we all like the easy games. Surprising you say that though, and then you're a mega fan of like PS1 games, because a lot of PlayStation 1 games are really difficult.
I got a good feeling about this!
I like Hollow Knight, but I can't play it.
Let's make this one count!
Oh, that's alright. I can't play Hollow Knight either. I've tried.
Take this!
The game's far too, I'm not good at
Don't
PS1
mind
games.
if I do!
The game's far too, what's the word?
Enjoy! Hey! Listen to that! Uh-oh! Got you! Excellent! Oh no! That's him! Ouch! Nailed it! Yes! Let's do this!
Hopefully I got them all. That's all I'm bothered about. Yeah. I still got platinum as well, even though I did so poorly. I grew up playing very casual games like Sims type games or point and click games. Hey, you did better than me. In terms of PC games, the only PC games I got were like chess, and I got 3D pinball and Pupil Palace, and you know, the built-in Windows games. Outside of that, I just had like very standard games for like the PlayStation and stuff like that. So I had a PS2 with quite a lot of PS1 games that I was too stupid to play, and then I didn't have many PlayStation 2 games, and then we got an Xbox 360, and then I played Call of Duty growing up. I was playing like Nintendogs and stuff. Well, I was playing like on my DS. It was literally just Mario and stuff. Until I fell in love with like Ace Attorney and stuff, and then I started playing Ace Attorney and with like Hotel Dusk and stuff like that. Professor Layton and the likes. Like I said, like that kind of just divulges me into all sorts of situations, like shooters, puzzlers, whatever. You played Halo though. I had issues with it. I've only played through Halo recently. I could not have done that growing up. The thing is, like, as I've grown up, I've learned to be tolerant with games. But I wouldn't touch a Mario game. I wouldn't touch anything that wasn't a Mario game until I was like 12. And obviously then I played like Professor Layton, stuff like that. I thought, right, these games are amazing. And then Xbox 360, I was playing COD, I was playing like Portal, stuff like that. That's what pulled me into different genres of games. You own Britney Spears on the Game Boy Advance, the Cheetah Girls I owned, the Hannah Montana games, and I own a lot of Barbie games. Hey look, whatever floats your boat, you know? Those are the games you enjoyed playing, so... You're very casual games. Exactly, the games you enjoy playing anyway. There's no problem with that. I don't have patience either because of it. Patience is something you build up. What's happening here? You've got to...
Rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, explosions beat everything!
You just gotta build patience as you go.
Let's do this.
Whoa. Wasn't ready for that.
Cannonball! Ow.
Okay.
Let's roll. I'm back. What fun! What? Oh. That's the stuff. Hey! Right there!
Like, literally these days, the only games I played on Donkey Country, Mario, Pokemon, and RuneScape.
Shall we?
Hey look, you're a Nintendo casual. Nothing wrong with that.
Rushing it! Hey! Hammer!
We messed up.
Here we
I can harass you to play PS1 games, but I'd be a hypocrite because I'd never play them. Well, look, the only PS1 games I really played back in the day were like the original Rayman and Skull Monkeys, and trust me, if I played them now, I'd be so bad at them. We never beat. I don't think I ever beat Skull Monkeys. Skull Monkeys is a tough, brutal, funny, and very, for the time, stylish game with some absolutely banger music in the soundtrack. The beans scene gets me every time. You don't like the Skull Monkeys soundtrack? The Neverhood was way better. Hey, look, right? You can say what you want about anything else on the soundtrack, right? You can't tell me that, you can't tell me that the main theme. You're going to play the Bean songs or the bonus stage song. No. You gotta let this one get going. Oh, I really should. I should play this game because I love it. But win. You win. But if we wanted to, like, you know, the oh, there is like a full playlist. There's 38 songs in the full playlist. The bonus room is actually pretty good as well. That's right. I wanted to see you using that power of glee.
Here's a little bonus room, 'cause I know you've had it tough. And here's a little bonus tune about collecting real cool stuff. Yes, here's a little bonus room where you can play. Don't be frightened, don't run away. You can linger, 'cause I'm your video friend. Think of me as a father figure with a hand to lend. Here's a little bonus room where you don't have to worry. Take your sweet time, you need not hurry. Oh, you're looking incredible, you're the bomb. And me, I'm kinda like your dad, and a little like your mom. There are no monsters here. Hey, wait, look over there. I was just kidding. Don't be scared. And when you turn this
is the only song that is memorable to me in the game. Well, yeah, because it's unique. Like,
make believe or try to.
I can't play much more of that. But yeah, because it's unique. Like, how many games have bonus rooms that are just charming like that? It's like the bonus rooms themselves are annoying, but you had that playing in the background. You're just like, yeah. I need to dish out to see if I still have my copy of Skull Monkeys. See if I could play it, or whether I have to acquire one. You know, my own terms of good old piracy. Don't pirate games. Piracy's worth it. No, I have 2 rules. The 2 rules are piracy's okay if you want to demo a game. And by that I mean demo it. Filters are great. I mean, right. I advocate piracy in the terms of you demo a game for say 2 hours to see if you like the game. And in that case, and if you already own a game and you know you own that game, just download a ROM. That's the only instances I say piracy is kind of okay. Otherwise, I'm completely against it. I don't think you should download games you don't own. With pirated games, you can filter. Emulators come with filters, and you can make the games look HD. You think the devs of Skull Monkeys care if you pirate their stuff? Well, here's the thing: the Netherhoods doesn't exist anymore, so it doesn't matter. But doesn't mean that I should pirate the game. Some people even release the source code for their games. Well, look, it'd be cool if like some of the games that I played growing up with had the source code and stuff. It's whatever. It's like 3DS emulator and stuff. It's like, look, I own the game. So why can't I play it on something that will give me a better experience than a 3DS? You know? Because someone's gonna try and tell me, oh, I own Persona Q2, but you can't play it on a emulator. The truth of the matter is, I will play it on whatever the heck I want. I don't care what they think. Just get the ROM and play it. Oh, monkeys. It's the principle. I need to know that I own it first. It'll be somewhere. To be like stored away in a box somewhere. Like a whole sleeve of discs. It's 2021. It's the moral. It's not hard to get away from piracy. Well, this is the thing. I went on a rant, like, I think it was Friday. I went on like a mad rant about how like people just get in, like, you know, they do. Like, you know, you have the homebrew scene and stuff, and it's like really cool until the pirates get their hands on it, and like, I hate you with every ounce of my being. I mean, you have people releasing Switch emulators. People could play new Pokemon early on Switch emulators. Just because the emulator's out doesn't mean the emulator's good. It's like Citra. Citra came out not long after the 3DS, right? And it's only recently that it's actually got to scratch where it can play the games properly. 2020. It took it 7 years. It depends on how picky you are. Some people don't care if it's a bit buggy. Yeah, but I want the game to be playable at least. There's a difference between a bit buggy and playable. Even Citra's still like kind of playable. It has its bugs.
Do your worst, Piltover!
Okay.
Chaos first, questions eventually.
I don't know.
Onward and upward!
Stop!
It's your moral compass with that one.
Ow! On a roll! That's okay!
Almost. I don't play games anyway. I'm really scared. You should purchase more games legally and play them through emulators.
This'll be a blast! Perfect! You there! Aw, man!
I don't enjoy them much.
Brace yourself, Piltover! Ah!
Okay, if that's what you want.
Oh, you hear that? Hey!
Oh, I am actually like trash.
It's good to be back! Music to my ears! Freeze! Back in! Hey! Good stuff! Well,
I like watching people play games more than playing them myself.
good to be back!
I can understand that. There's some games I just prefer watching rather than actually
Try
playing.
and stop me, Heimerdinger!
Because like, even though I'm
Hey!
getting quite frustrated with this game, I'm actually enjoying myself.
It's him! Listen to that!
And I don't think the experience would be the same if you just watched it. That's also why I don't like streaming it, because I've met people before that think I'm crazy into gaming when I'm not even true at all. You just need to put that in the description. Just say like, I am what's the word? How would we word this? How would we like put this? Part-time gamer. Part-time gamer. Nintendo fanatic. Other than that, I don't keep up with games at all. Here's the thing, you're in a good position there because a lot of games that are coming out are trash. Literally, they're really bad. Like I said, there's some rough in the thing from what we're saying. Stuff like what Riot's bringing out now are pretty good. And the Stray and like all these like fun little things. Exactly. But then again, after seeing Kissing the Coronavirus, I don't think like the book market does much better. My brother wants me to play Dying Light 2. Who knows, you might surprise yourself. There's a lot of good books out there. Well, yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there. But there's a lot of bad books out there. And the majority of what I own are bad books. There's others too that I can't remember. Let me pull up a story. On the Kindle and tell you exactly what I consider to be a bad story that I own. I own Prison of the Dead. Defy Bad. I own Prison of the Dead. I can look it up. Again, I don't know if these are bad. These are just the fact that they're in my library, which means they went free at some point, and I haven't read them. The fact that they went free. So that's by Bart Gnarly? Yeah, that's the one. That one looks pretty bad. There's another one, Evil of Ages by Douglas MacArthur. It only has 65 pages though. Prison of the Dead. I mean books. Alright then. How about Virtual Haven Redux. A virtual reality based thriller. That's 343 pages. Ones are like 700 plus pages. Hey, we're talking about like stories. We're not talking about like dissertations. No. Page count is a page count, and have it like that if you want. That one's got 4 stars. Just it pushes me in the wrong direction when they try and like do things. Ready Player One is like another one. I have one here, but I'm not allowed to read the title. Oh, I am actually. Let me see what it got. This one got 4.5 stars. Ford Flicker, which is a cyberpunk thriller. 279 pages. Here's the thing, the fact that I own it means it went free at some point, which makes me instantly believe that it's not very good. However, I've read, I think, out of everything that I've got, I've read one book that I got for free. I read books like the Guild Hunter series though. See, that's the kind of thing I can never say I've ever heard of. Oh, hold on. This could be one for you. Right. I'll look that up. In the meantime, I need you to look up Fangs in the Darkness. And tell me that one's not a bad book. Again, that's a very short story, but Yeah. It's a short book though. Still, the front cover leaves a lot to be desired. Any short books I assume are bad. Now that's a misconception. 300, like, so about 400 pages is like Guild Hunters. Yeah, about 400 pages on each of them. Let me see what else is in here that could the point, anything less than 300 pages I don't trust. The point is, it's a good series. I won't deny that. This is quite a funny one. It's got my online tag in it. I mean, it's under 300 pages, so it's probably not for you, but it's just called Remnant. The Clans of Arcadia. It just seems like a cheap Lord of the Rings ripoff, to be honest. It's got 4 stars. People seem to enjoy it. What else is in here? What was like the first thing I ever got? I like good books. No wonder you don't like reading. All the books you read simply suck. I don't know, right? I read one that came free. I read it and I thought that was actually brilliant. I'll try and find it. I don't know what to tell you. You can look up Night of the Screaming Horses if you thought the other ones were a short book. I have the entire Alan Quaterman collection. That is, in grand total, 4,544 pages. Whoa, what are you doing, Ziggs? Oh, jeez. Well, what other beauties do we have? The Forestilling. I'm pretty sure I started reading The Forestilling and... Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. That's intriguing. 522 pages. This was a very questionable book. I started reading it, I'm at 18 pages in, and I'm pretty sure it's like it sexualizes the main character quite a lot. I finished Shadow and Bone, the first book. I enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the first book, yeah. Things about the series is it's like some of the books you can enjoy. I'm too stressed to read it right now. The thing about series is, you know, sometimes the sequels don't exactly live up to their predecessors. I have Siege and Storm. I think a lot of them do. So yeah, that's down to personal preference. I used to read when I was younger. I was in school. I used to read what the Dementor series. They're called Dementor, Demon, whatever it is. The Darren Shan books, right? I used to read those. And I read the first one. I really enjoyed that. And then I got the second one. And the second one is bad. It's very bad. It's like you can't just base it all off like, oh yeah, this series is great. It's like saying all the Harry Potter books are great. They're not. The majority of them are bad. It's like the films. Outside of the first 3, I don't think any of the other ones are any good. think a lot of them do. Do you like reading though? For me, I like reading. Something I do to pass time. I used to do it. I used to read on my way into work, which was like an hour. It was like a good hour every morning reading. I don't nitpick the books. Yeah, well, I just own a catalog of stupid books is the problem. Like I have this one, How to Fail at Everything and Be Miserable and Sad in 12 Steps or Less. This is exactly let's have a look. I never read that stuff. I like things with plot and character development. This is character development. Would you not think so? I'm developing my ability to fail and be miserable in 12 steps or less. I'm not keen on the overall. Let me just read the contents page, right? So we have the author's notes. We have chapter 1, introduction. Chapter 2, autobiography. Chapter 3, the power of mind. Chapter 4, everyone wants to live in a movie. Chapter 5, I won't read because it's quite bigotry. Chapter 6, love yourself. Chapter 7, Sonic the Hedgehog. Chapter 8, the law of attraction. Chapter 9, the 12-step programs don't work. Chapter 10, family, religion, friendship, the 3 demons. Chapter 11, the 12 steps. And now we move on to the 12 steps. Being the nice guy. Happiness is a state of mind. And we have chapter 12, other random ideas that I couldn't fit into previous chapters. Cognitive bias, the Dunning-Kruger effect, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, social skills, good things come to those who wait. You're not wrong, you are just a... You feel that in yourself. Life is like a poker game. Probabilities in how bad people are at calculating them. Nobody wants the truth. The comfort zone. Nobody likes losers. Depression and other mental illnesses and handicaps. Successful people don't write books. Conclusion. Exactly. But this is like a quality book, as you can tell. But yeah, that's the extent of my library. I read good books, sorry. Hey look, I have good books. I'm just picking out some of the most stupid ones. But nothing that I read would be worthwhile to you because everything I got was free.
Ready? Hello, Piltover! You dropped this! Hey! Excellent!
Yeah, well, we messed that up near the end. Yeah, well, I actually pay for my books. It's like they say, you get what you pay for. You can't argue with that logic.
Admit it, Piltover. I'm starting to grow on you. Stop! I can't wait! Get him! Huh? Rushing it! Oh,
Oh, I messed that up.
hey! I got this! I got this! Freeze! Up and away! Excellent! My good whiskers! I will
Because you were getting me to look at books, you made me lose time in RuneScape. Hey, look, you got a good laugh out of some of those books.
ready! Bring it, Heimerdinger! Ah! Got you! Whoop! What the? Oh, man!
No, need golden pie hat. Requires grinding. If I want stuff, I must be dedicated. You know there's people playing RuneScape that are staying up all night? I thought it was an AFK game. Surely you can, like, automate RuneScape.
Let's make this one count!
Don't stay up all night playing RuneScape, that's not good for your health. Ah,
You there! Don't mind if I do! Alley-oop! Oh, you hear that? Hey!
you have to click on things every 30 seconds, and if you're idle for 5 minutes, you log out. Yes, but there are programs that can automate that for you. Granted, you have to learn how to code it, but you can do it. And no, it's not illegal. So it's like semi-AFK. Hey, look, if I played RuneScape, that's what I'd do. I'd find a way to automate RuneScape because I get bored of it.
Let's roll!
Ah, we missed one. You think getting an account of users is worth it? You get banned. They do have systems in place to keep track of you clicking on the same things, you know. They log your cursor movement. Well, that just seems like, you know, that just seems like spyware to me. Besides, they can't log it if you're clever about the coding.
What the? I'm back!
I dare take on this challenge, you know.
What fun!
It's for the sake of the game. That's why the game's so empty now. The bot has got banned like they should.
Shall we?
There are literally like ways to do it without them logging cursor movements and stuff.
Now! Listen to that!
I mean, it'd take years of development. I think if I tried it, I would become like, I'd end up working for Jagex and they'd be like, right, you need to tell us like how you can spot this. Me getting something without trying is not fun. How would I feel achieved? I've written a bot that can play a game. That's how I feel achieved. Why play a game if you're going to bot? But I'm not saying cheat. I'm not saying cheat, but I'm saying like when you do things like that, you make bots and stuff, you feel achieved. I've written bots to like automate work processes, you know, it's like you just think, right, well this used to take me like 2 hours to do and now a bot does it for me, so I have more free time to do nothing and get paid for it. Here's the thing, work never find out because you don't tell work. You're encouraging it. I like grinding out stuff though. It actually makes me feel good, unlike a lot of things in life. At least in RuneScape, I'm not a failure. You're not a failure in real life either. Like it's whatever your like prerogative is, right?
Me, I'm a dinger. Hey. Huh?
It's like I'm almost certain like I could like write bots to do certain things that no one else has done because the whole like theory's there and you think you can do it.
Onward and upwards!
It's like this game. You would be able to write a bot on here to achieve a maximum score like yourself. Now, I get satisfaction from writing a bot that can do that. Not a TAS or anything like that. Literally, each one coded into the bot. Press this button at this time, this button at this time.
Whoop. That's the stuff. Oh, well.
Is it worth getting hit with a lawsuit? It feels that way though. Is it worth getting hit with a lawsuit when asked the people who've been sued by Nintendo, that have been sued or threatened with lawsuits by Nintendo? You mean the people writing pirate bots? I can't imagine anyone writing something to play the game for them. Like, yeah, right. Don't write a game to play like an online competitive game that can like win every time for you. Don't do that. But like, if you were going on this game and you're like, right, what are the ideal things? Like, what's the actual button combinations? Write an AI that can learn that. And be like, right, when you see this, do this command. Do. Right, when you see this in the background, this is optional. You choose wherever you want to press that. No. That's grounds for you're damaging Jagex. How am I damaging Jagex? I'm not damaging Jagex at all. All I'm doing is playing the game my way, as if I was a free-to-play player. Yes or no? They want to claim that me as a bot is unfair to other players too. Right, look, I wouldn't do anything that affects other players. It's totally scummy. Look, for the betterment of the character I am playing, right? How is it any different for me to write a bot and say, right, for the next 48 hours, I want you to just scourge the area and chop some trees down. Like, how is it bad for me to say the next 48 hours? Keep climbing these places, like running around. Like, all you're doing is leveling the character up in a way that you can AFK it. That's all the bot is. They've earned their levels legitimately. Again, it's the prerogative, isn't it? I'm not damaging Jagex at all. It's just as if I play the game and don't pay them anything. It's a bad move. What can I say? Look, some bots, right? Look, bots that play competitive multiplayer games, aka your Valorant, your League of Legends, all your esports titles and stuff like that. Anyone who's writing bots for stuff like that, then yeah, that's wrong. I don't think that's right. Who? You want to play RuneScape, but so are people making automated bots to play in an online game. Well, it's a good job I haven't done it yet, isn't it? Look, it's right there. It's possible, is what I'm saying. And it's possible to do it without being detected. Why would you even do that though? I don't know, proof of concept, I guess. Someone will look at it the same way I am and like, right. Just don't play then at all. Well, look, I was never going to play RuneScape anyway. because, like I said, it's not my game. That's sort of stupid to make a bot for a game that you have no intention on playing legit. Well, look, right, I could very easily say, like, you know, what game, what, but I wouldn't want to intentionally harm anybody with a bot, right? You're the kind of person that reads books using text to speech, right? How dare you? How dare you? You're absolutely right. No, I don't. I don't. I tried it once. I tried the feature on the Kindle once, and it was absolutely awful. You seem like the kind of person that would. After hearing that stuff about RuneScape, no. I'm not keen on text to speech at all. I don't read like books and text to speech. You know, like I don't get like some sense of satisfaction hearing a robot on the other side. But it's like I wouldn't. To me, making a bot to play an online game is just the same as doing that. As opposed to playing the game legitimately. You're trying to say that Audible is, in that sense, not reading a book. You know, a paid service that Amazon provides. Why not? Like, we can deepfake voices now. But there's nothing stopping me copying and pasting the entire book into a deepfaker and getting a free audiobook out of it. Reading is looking at words and forming images in your mind to those words. But this is the thing, you're trying to tell me that it's the same as using a text-to-speech thing, but then at the same time Amazon provide the service for you anyway. And it's like, yeah, for an extra £4, you can have someone read this to you. It's like, it's a business practice. The only difference is you don't get a hello, I am a robot sort of vibe. You get the old, and so, I'm not going to try and do a voice. Why would you do it though? The whole point of reading a book is to read. Well, some people don't have the opportunity, do they? Like, Audible is good for people who like drive to work. They don't get a chance to read a book, but they can listen to a book being read to them. Listen to podcasts then. Yeah, but podcasts aren't really the same as like listening to a book being read, is it? It's like you can imagine a book while you're driving. As like bad as that sounds, because you're like, oh yeah, we gotta focus on the road. What's that? Oh, it's a truck. Where is it? In my bumper. It's not immersive at all. Depends how much like the Audible puts in. I've never used it, so I wouldn't exactly know how immersed you could get into it.
Chaos first, questions eventually. Do that.
I don't like this controller.
Gracious.
All it does is become background noise. Half the time you probably don't even listen to what's going on. It's just me in general.
This'll be a blast.
Honestly, I don't know how I still have a job.
Alley-oop.
Because that is a problem.
Excellent.
Oh, I hate this controller so much. Half the time you probably don't even listen to what's going on. Like, when I tried to listen to one audiobook, I wasn't even paying attention. It just became background noise. Yeah, look, that's what some people's live streams do to me. Like, I think, right, I'll put this person's live stream on, I'll listen to it. It's just like, it's just sound coming through the headphones while you're doing something else, and you're just like, hold on, did I just hear that right? There's a distraction. I used to watch like a really like just sort of like just chatting stream. And that's all it just became. It just became like background noise. I don't know what you're getting at. I'd rather read books and pay attention to what's happening. Well, look, Audible's there for like people that don't have the time to read books. And the likes. Like people who want to read books, want to nobody has time to read one chapter a day. Some people don't. Like 40 minutes of reading. Yeah, but take me for instance, right? I'm up every morning, really early, to get ready to go out. Out of the door, on the bus, right? While I'm on that bus, I know someone with a child and she finds time to read. Oh, but I can't argue with you. It's like, personally, I never have any time. And it's like, I know I could stop this and read, but I don't get like a, you read 13 chapters in 2 days. She beat me in the Shadow and Bone books we were reading. I was 10 chapters ahead of her and she finished before I did. Blimey. That was just like a contest, I think.
It's good to be back.
Like I said, she has a 3-year-old, so reading one chapter a day is not hard to manage. Again, it depends on the books. I've seen chapters that are like 2 pages. sometimes. And it's like, you know, if you read the books like I did, where you were just like, you were on the bus and you stop with the next one and you were just like halfway through a chapter, you were just like, God's sakes, I've lost completely what's happened. That's entirely it. Like, maybe you don't even like books. Maybe I don't like books. I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to be cultured. The thing was, I got a free Kindle, right? I wanted to make use of it. It's broken right now. I accidentally smashed the screen on it. So right now it's just sat there, idling. I did put a lot of comics on it, actually, to be quite honest. Because I don't have any issues with reading or concentration. That's it. I think, honestly, if I'm going to be pretty absorbed, is the thing. I think, honestly, I have undiagnosed ADHD, and I'm not 100% certain. But I experience a lot of the symptoms of it. So I think that has a lot to play in my like factors of like what I enjoy. It's like this. I enjoy this because it's just like it's like it's constantly coming at me. Whereas like if it's something very tactical, I lose my mind at it because it's like this is boring. Maybe it's the same with books and stuff. It's like my attention just like quickly switches to other stuff, and it's like I'm doing something, I'm really hyped up to do it, and then I'm just like, right, forget this, save it, shut it down, do something else. I'm just like, come on, dude, you can do better than that. I don't know, maybe I need to go and get that checked. That'd be something like meds. Ugh. I don't have those issues. Well, not everybody has those issues, but oh, I just realized. Oh, have you seen what I've put in the title? I can't believe that. I am tone deaf. Reading 2 chapters a day is no problem. Depends what you're reading. And if you have like the attention span to read. You did die a lot. Well, exactly, but I don't know what type of books I enjoy. I just read whatever I can. And out of the like 2 to 3 books I have read in the short time that I had that Kindle, I enjoyed them. Would I buy a book? No. This is it. I don't see like how you do. I don't see value in books. If it's given to me for free, I'll read it. But when I actually have to go out and pay for it, I just feel like I could utilize that money on something else. I don't think it's a good idea. You usually have genres you prefer, like thrillers, romances, and fantasy. Well, that's it. I mean, like, what did I read? Right. Let me try and put it this way. I read like a fictional story about some young children, and a mysterious town. It's like a mystery. I assume that's a thriller. I assume it's a thriller. I read one about a mysterious being and a woman that got reincarnated out of a lake of blood. I'm not exactly sure what that one would be classed as. What else did I read? Oh, we're gonna wrap my brain now. I can't remember. But it's like, look at that, there's two kind of similar books there. As long as it has good writing, well, yeah. I mean, how did you find Kissing the Coronavirus? You said it was good in it for the laughs. But I'm pretty sure you said that was written quite well. It was good for a satirical book.
Got a good feeling about this. You there! Moving!
I'm not. I said I enjoyed the whole nipples as hard as Tic Tacs line. That's not good writing. Or I don't consider that comment good writing. Funny, very. Written well, no. This is the issue with Amazon's self-publishing service. It's good to get people in the market, not so good for stuff like that. And I won't be allowing that one.
Bounce away! What? Oh, you hear that?
Don't be reading it then. I don't mind books with sexual themes. Like I've said, the Crossfire series. I don't think it's that bad. Hey, look, it's whatever you feel is like suitable for you to read. I don't particularly like reading anything, sexualized. I actually think the Crossfire series is good, and that's similar to 50 Shades type stuff. Oh, but yeah, right, look, 50 Shades of Grey and 50 Shades Darker, whatever it is. Those books are tame. They're so tame. Like, there was a huge outrage. These books are absolute filth. Blah, blah, blah. They're tame. They're so tame. You could let a child read them, and they won't be that bad. I've seen like excerpts of 50 Shades. It's not as bad as people put it out to be.
I'm ready. Now.
Yeah, I messed up.
Hello, Kildova. Up and away. What the? Music to my ears.
I hate this controller so much. It all depends on if you can handle lines of acts being described graphically and what you make of it. It's only dirty if you make it dirty. Exactly. It's all in your own head. That's a Chicken Run reference.
I can't wait.
It's all in the head.
Oh, you hear that?
Ah! I'm stopping now. I'm stopping because I'm getting mad. I'm getting so mad at that. It all depends on if you. Alright, I read them as normal books. Exactly. Exactly. Like I said, you can rage quit. I'm not rage quitting. I am being very gentle to this game because I enjoy it. Alright, and I don't want to overdo it, that it stresses me out. I'm just like, I don't want to play that game. Because I did that with Dark Souls, and now I don't want to play Dark Souls. Seems like a rage quit. No, 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 no. A rage quit would have been, I'm sick of this game. Get it off my beep 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 beep. Let's go, monkeys. Not tonight. Where are we up to? We're yeah, about there. No. About yeah. Do you want to play the tune before I go? I'll play it. I'm right here. I'm still on the page. Have a look. How about this? I'll play the audio from the cutscene. In fact, that doesn't do it justice. We get no window capture. I have just realized something. Stop autoplaying. Right, now I can show it. Someone hacked your PC. Ah! No, if someone did hack my PC, I think it'd be a mercy. And me now. Just like a slapstick comedy, innit?
Musical fruit, more you eat, more you chew, more you chew, better you feel. What's that bean for every meal? Bean, bean, musical fruit, more you eat, more you chew, more you chew, better you feel. What's that bean for every meal? Display your horn and make it toot with an SBD or a mega P. Let's do a cheer, let's give a hoot. You gotta love these beans as musical fruit. Beans, beans, musical fruit, more you eat, more you do, more you do, better you feel. Let's have beans for every meal. Beans, musical fruit, more you eat, more you do, more you do, better you feel. Let's have beans for every meal.
Like literal toxic waste. You haven't any percent there. Just under an hour. Good old school monkeys. Lest we forget. Unfortunately, a lot of people did. Next game you'll play with School Monkeys. If I fish my disc out, yes. I want to see the ridge. I think the last time I played School Monkeys, I had to use save states because I was getting mad with it. And it's one of those games that doesn't support like save cards or anything, so it's all locked behind passwords. Which means as soon as you die, you lose everything. I know, but you lose like all the extra lives, all the crows you pick up, all the fart power-ups. You know, it's like you lose it all, you have to re-earn it. Get good. Get good. Look, there's a difference. There's a difference, right? There's get good, and then there's... I'm not starting this. I'm not gonna start it. There's no get good. Not at Skull Monkeys. I've seen people play Skull Monkeys with no problems. Ah, but none of those people have been me, have they? Alright, I'm looking that up without saying it because there's a good chance that it might not be a... It might not be a real game, and it might be one of those, like... One of those, old Ligma jokes. You like, you're an anime person. Hey, I am, no. I'm not an anime person. Open world platforming adventure RPG elements. Oh, so it's like one of the old school, like, point and clicks, right? Kind of. Platform adventure. That's so weird because it's designed like a point and click. And the main character looks like an anime character. Look, that's more cartoony to me than it is anime. The platforming type game. Cute and I love it. Ah. It has anime cutscenes. It has anime cutscenes. Blimey. Even a game from back then, it looks like a cartoon, proved itself to be an anime. This is just it, you can't distinguish between any of them at this point. With the pink hair and stuff? Well, not really. I mean, you've got some characters in... You seen any gameplay? No, I haven't seen any gameplay of it. I looked up the Wikipedia page for it. And then looked at a few images. Just because he has pink hair, right, doesn't mean an anime character. There's loads of, like, cartoon characters. Pink hair. I saw a lot of the pigs. Deny yourself good games. Hey. Real chill. It's an underrated gem. But there's lots of underrated gems on PlayStation. That's because a lot of it just comes out and it's like, oh, you remember the PlayStation, what did you play on the PlayStation? Rayman, Spyro, and Crash Bandicoot. And everything else is left under the water. The company's bankrupt anyway. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe. PlayStation. Will they? Let me check something. my go-to site lists PlayStation titles. This month's most downloaded is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. An overall top rated game is Tsukio Den, whatever that is. It's some Japanese, I assume fighter, but there's not many pictures of it. It's from Konami anyway, so. Right, what are we looking for? T. Yes, that's the one. Number 2 wasn't as good though. Have a look. Let's have a scroll down. They do have it. And they also have its sequel as well. It's an RPG. Well, it's like a Final Fantasy game then, in that case. The issue is with the second one, they made all the characters 3D. And they started using, it looks like they use 3D models from what I can tell. Whereas the first game was like completely sprites and all that. Yeah, that's more 3D, the second one. There's a video Tumba and Tumba 2. The company started and closed down in 2000. Yeah, they closed down after they realised Tumba 2 wasn't selling as well. Okay. The first one's great though. I'll need to think about my morals before I download that ROM. The game where you do tasks, you're basically doing fetch quests the whole game, right? Like, get this, bring it here, do this, do that. I remember there's one task where you have to collect butterflies and stuff. It's a good game though. I'm sure it is. I might try it one day. I had clicked funds, but I love that. But I love that game. Hate. Bubbly, nice music. And it has a lot of charm. A lot of those old PlayStation games did. You don't really see it much anymore. Yeah, just got left. And it's just like, oh look, we brought this game back, and then nothing that made it good is in there. Oh look, we've remastered this game, but then we've took out all the good things. What's the point of remastering? Only the big ones though. Nah, I think that's unjust. I played a cute game, which is a roguelike called Country on Bronte. On Steam. Explore the deep sea, fight mutant sea creatures, and discover secrets behind Atlantis. It's charming, I'll give it that. And it's brand new as well. Is it a roguelike? It is a roguelike. I like those kind of games. I like the art being cutesy and such. I'll look this game up as well. Oh, this one looks cute already. I like those styles again. Dark Souls type of games, not so much. Well, look, everyone's got the type. I don't like strategy games. You know, it's like you don't have to like everything. And with that, I think I'm gonna go and run. Exactly. You don't need to like everything. Remember that. Remember that. I'm gonna run and not do what I did yesterday, which was like nearly 1 o'clock. So, I would say Mario Death, but I think the sound alerts is off. So, don't do it. Everything's gone like haywire for some reason, and I don't know why. I wish you a wonderful night, a wonderful rest of your evening, and pleasant dreams. Until next we shall meet. Yeah. It's dead. Let's check. Yeah, it's completely dead. Yeah, it popped up before we started saying the thing was off. Darn you. That's 50 points you'll never get back. Let's check. Let's 100% check. I think I'll be alright. Yeah, it's completely dead. Sound alerts is 100% on this scene. And it didn't play, so. Oh well. Right, I'm gonna skedaddle now before I stay any longer. Have a wonderful night. And I hope you feel much better soon. No problem. Bye now. No, I appreciate you.